Look at that AoE. It goes off the screen.
It does look cool though, but it looks squishy.
So, the BB unloader kind of blew up. Did not expect that. This meant some of the items became really unaffordable for most players, which we do not like. The craziest price jump was in the Forbidden Flame and Flash, which from about 2 divines each are now selling for 25 to 40 freaking divines. And Prim couldn't have that. So he decided to walk the talk and spend even more time neglecting me to make the build work as Saboteur. His last words were,
This way, the build is at least 60 divines cheaper and can be experienced with 3 to 5 divines.
let's get into it. The first bit of news is good news! We've reworked the tree to be way more efficient by including a second cluster jewel. Cluster? So the Saboteur version can still achieve roughly 30 million damage. The Assassin version benefits from this change too, enjoying a boost of 8 million damage up to 38 million. There you have it, 30 million versus 38 million. But this is deceptive. Saboteur could actually be doing more damage under certain conditions. This mostly has to do with the 30% CDR we get from the Saboteur Ascendancy. This is huge. As an unloader build, the damage is highly tied to how often you can unload, more than any other stat. Brand Recall cooldown largely affects the quality of life of the build as well. The build's really squishy, so anytime you don't have BVs to unload is windows where evil mobs can punch you in the face. This beat is probably much more noticeable. There are 2 parts to this: zooming really fast and crit immunity. An elusive assassin with 11 power charges and Badge of the Brotherhood can go really fast. If you really want the zooms, you can make a sacrifice and use a cold iron point instead. Replace shield charge with whirling blades and nightblade. This is a lot to give out to cosplay assassin, however. The second part is far more relevant to this league. Monsters afflicted with blue whips, crit a lot. So losing crit immunity feels way worse than even the speed loss. For a build that can only stand up to the weakest of hits, this is relevant to mention. If you did want to be tankier, drop Zealotry for Determination, which I'm sure some of you are doing anyway, and run a reduced crit damage taken Watcher's Eye, combined with a critical mastery that reduces crit damage taken by another flat 30%. Honestly, with how strong the base build is, that's probably the right play. Long story short, Saboteur is 70 divines cheaper, much more possible in SSF, higher sustained damage, smoother but slower mapping, way higher mana costs. Assassin, much faster, great for speed clearing, safer gameplay versus high whips maps. To both builds, do note we now run a reduced mana cost flask to help with the cost problems some players are facing. Finally, we know the build suffers from fairly low defenses. This is because almost everything was invested into massive meme AoE and making bosses explode. Because it was meant to be a fun build, Prim will definitely release defensive variants in the coming days that will scale well with investment, or will he? That's about all we have, guys. Your feedback on the build has been really useful, so let us know in the comments your adaptations or wish list for the build. We particularly want to find out if you have a good way of applying withered stacks. Also, let us know if you're Team Saboteur or Team Assassin. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and stay sane.
Nice, it's a wrap.